Ohio students, aloha, buenos dias, annyeonghaseyo, bonjour. Those are the languages I can use to greet people. So, you still remember we learned something about languages, the culture in Unit 5. And then this is the last lesson of Unit 6. Okay, and the same, before I start a new lesson, I want to do some review. All right, the first point I want to discuss with you is, do you still remember why we need an eco-friendly building? Remember, our earth is in danger, all right? Because the air pollution, because any kinds of pollution, then uh, our life, I mean humans' life and animals under threat of extinction, and the change of the climate causes global warming, and then a lot of incredible disasters happen, right? So we have to do something and think of some ways to save the earth and save the energy, and to replace the energy that will cause a lot of pollution, right? Okay, so that is the first question I want to discuss with you. And then the next one is, do you love to live in a city, especially in a skyscraper? Remember, in the previous lesson, we learned about the history of skyscraper, and how skyscraper is built, and how people love, and the purposes of building skyscraper, especially in the developing countries. Okay, so then comes the next question. So, how do you feel working or living in a tall building? I think it is quite good because living in a tall building, you can enjoy the view, right? Especially the night view of the whole city. And working there, because the modern facilities of the offices, then you might feel yourself like an elite. Uh, you can have the sense of a success, okay, and you can work with people from different countries. All right, so it's up to different people, right? Uh, Working in the tall building, for example, if the power is out, okay, and then your office is in the 30th floor, then what will you do? Okay, all right. Then the next one is, which is your favorite city? All right. Uh, we live in Thailand, okay, and I hope most people love this city because I love Thailand, especially the weather, the sunshine. All right, and it's a mixture of modern and ancient uh, atmospheres, and especially there are rural areas in Thailand, I mean the country. Right, so different landscapes can give you different experience. So I think it's a very good experience to live in Thailand, but well, uh, not so good actually because the air pollution is very serious. So that's why stop riding a scooter, and if you can, just walk to school, just like me, all right, or riding a bicycle to school. Okay, right, and then the last one. Let's come to our lesson. The title is Sustainable Cities. And look at the picture. I think this is a picture of the future city, right? We hope our cities uh, can have more trees, green areas, and they can use the renewable resources, and our river will become green again, blue again, and every building can generate their own energy and maintain their life, or the building's life, the human's life themselves. Okay, all right. And before we go to the main task of our lesson, I want you to compare two things in a big city. Skyscrapers, we know them, right? And how about shanty towns? Okay, look at this picture. Maybe just at the both sides of the road, you will see the shanty town on the one side, and the other side is the skyscrapers. Okay, all right. Have you noticed that? All right. Uh, we will know what a shanty town is, but you have to know most migrants of the city, the first place they live is a shanty town, right? And then they go there to Singapore, better chance, and hoping they can live in a tall building just next to the shanty town, and then maybe your great parents expected to leave the shanty town and move to the tall building someday. All right, so that's kind of their dream, right? Okay, and then before we move to the serious topic of our lesson, I want to know some facts about cities. Okay, actually, in 1800s, I mean in the 19th century, okay, only about 2% of the world's population lived in cities. But now, for the first time in human history, more people are living in urban areas than in rural areas. This rapid growth brings particular problems in megacities. There is a definition for megacities. Cities with a population of more than 10 million, especially in developing countries. I will mention the mega cities later on, right? And another fact is about 1/6 of the world's population live in shanty towns, which are rife with social problems such as crime, drug addiction, alcoholism, poverty, poor family planning, and unemployment. In many countries, overpopulated slums exhibit high rates of disease due to unsanitary conditions, malnutrition, and lack of basic health care. All right, I will show you the footage shot by BBC, and you can have a look, a glance of what a slum is, and how people there live in the slum. Okay, and then let's move to the next topic, the most beautiful city on earth. Okay, all right. Before that, give me a moment. Okay. I don't know if you enjoy the music or not. Okay, that's the first try. Okay, I have done here, but well, just a kind of experiment, and I hope you can enjoy it. But we have to play a footage, then I have to stop it. Okay? All right, turn it off. Then have a look at the most beautiful city on earth. All right, what do you think? Do you love to live in this kind of city? All right, and if you know where Cape Town is, tell me. All right, tell me in the discussion session. All right, I think living in this kind of city is just like go on a holiday every day, right? Okay, but I know more some people may have ambivalent feelings towards cities. On the one hand, they love the city because the modern facilities, such as department store, the boutiques of the famous brands, and the fashionable people, and the, the delicious diets and famous restaurants, and a lot, and convenient transportation like MRT, right? But on the other hand, because of the noise, the non-stop reason of moving here and there, I mean the hustle bustle life, okay, maybe they are annoyed about this kind of reason of living in the big city. Well, it's up to different people, right? But as for me, if I have the chance to live in this kind of city, then, well, I think I just come to the heaven. All right. But after we seen the heaven, then somehow we have to have a look at a different world. All right. The worst part on earth. Okay, this is a footage shoot by BBC, and we just follow the journalist to see what kind of life people live there. Okay, and this footage is quite long, right? But I don't want to show the whole part. Then, if you are interested in this, you can check out on YouTube and have a look at this. And I just show you some minutes.
Poverty, climate change, and a population boom are pushing people off the land. And the places they end up in look like this. Manila is the most densely populated city on Earth. Half its 16 million population live in slums, and they want change.
They always look down on us as if we're just like a little on their eyes. And they always refer to us as the eyesore of the society.
This is the Estero de San Miguel. It's 600 meters long, 600 families live on either side. Though it looks utterly temporary, it is decades old, and so is the poverty of those who live here. Mina, who's made her home in the slum, is about to show me how people survive here. And though I've been in places like this before, they were not the kind of places people actually live. It's like a mine.
Yeah.
It's like a mine.
Yes.
Just a tunnel,
It's
dark
like a
tunnel,
yes.
and just people live off it
Yes.
like a mine. The tunnel, less than 4 feet wide, is the centre of their world.
What do you think? All right. One Earth, two different worlds. Okay, and this is a part that the most autocrats, governments, want to uh, think of or work out some way to solve the problems, because this area, well, just I mentioned, produce the social problems like crime, diseases, and because they don't have clean water to use, then maybe someday there's kind of empathetic disease that will cause many people die. All right, so that's why we have to take this very seriously, and that's why the government want to build uh, sustainable cities to accommodate these underprivileged people. Okay, all right. Then next one is the cities that are growing rapidly. The first one I want to mention is Lagos. That is the one in Africa. And I hope you can tell me where is Lagos. And you can see the picture, all right? The cityscape is not so present, right? It was not well planned. You can see uh, the crowded buildings, crowded cars, and maybe there are some shanty towns among them, right? Okay, and this is so-called a mega city, and remember, uh, it means about 10 million people. That means I think that the population of three Taipeis, I guess, right? Living there. Okay, so you can imagine what kind of life they live in this kind of city. And then the next one is a city in Asia, right? In Indonesia, the capital of Indonesia. And maybe there are more green trees, more green areas, but the cityscape is not so pleasant either. All right, and then you can see maybe some areas are slums. All right, and so in this kind of city, you will know uh, rich people and the poor people, their differences and their gap is very big. Okay, all right, and then we have to come to the main task. But before that, questions come first. All right. The first one is, why do people move to cities? You will know they don't. Right. But after I show you the data, the film, okay, then maybe you have got some ideas right now. Okay. And then, do you like Taipei or Tainan? All right, as for me, you have known I love Tainan. All right, and I have my own reason. Then, how about you? What kind of reason do you have to choose the city you live? All right, and then how do you travel around Tainan? Uh, I believe most people travel around Taiwan or Tainan, all right, by motorcycle, by scooter. But well, I just told you, the air pollution is very serious. So you have to think about that to travel around this city in a healthy way. Okay, all right. Then we have to come to the first paragraph. All right, the imaginative cities. Okay, uh, in Hollywood films, I think we often see cities, not the cities like we know in reality, right? Okay, for example, if you have seen a movie which was called The Fifth Element, that was the English title, but this movie was directed by a French director. I cannot pronounce the French title. All right, and in the movie, you would see, people were driving in the sky. All right, and the vendors, the stores were floating in the skies too. All right, so that is kind of imagination, but we don't know. Okay, maybe they will come true someday. All right, so look at the picture. What do you think of this kind of city? All right, people will live in the tall building, taller and the taller building, and in that way, okay, maybe they can solve the problem of accommodating the growing population in the cities, right? Okay, and then the next paragraph, the main idea is every year, there are 70 million people moving to cities, but cities are not such pleasant cities right now. All right, just as I show you in the footage by BBC. Okay, I don't know how you feel about uh, the, the place or the people they live in the Philippines. All right, that is Manila in Philippines. Okay, and then I feel a little sad, really. All right, and I hope you know their governments can do something to take care of them. All right. The first point is about the speed of people's migrating to cities from the country is incredible. All right, according to our lesson, about 130 people every minute, okay, move to the big city. If you are good at math, you can do the math. Every day, how many people are moving to the city? Okay, and then the second point is the reasons. Okay, I think you have some ideas after you uh, notice the data I show you, or you watched the footage. Then you get the ideas, right? Okay, but I will show you the word you have to learn in these parts. Okay, envisage, which means imagine. That is a verb. Okay, all right, and then see the example. All right, then come to the next paragraph, and the main idea is people move to cities for better lives, but turn out to live in terrible situations. All right, they want to make their dream come true, to become rich, to have welfare, all right, and to maybe a good arrangement for their families. But the result, I mean, the consequence is the opposite, right? Okay, the reasons are they want to have better jobs, better education, and a more comfortable life for their families. But, all right, the cities they moved to were not designed to accommodate so many people. That's why you see uh, many people are living in a very small space, right? And there was no electricity, there was no clean water, and even there was no bath, no restaurant, toilets. All right, and then the next one is because of this, many of the migrants are forced to live in temporary squats or shanty towns made of whatever materials the people can find. All right, So just recall the footage you watched. All right, and then if you are interested in that, don't forget to check it out in YouTube. Okay, and I highlighted temporary squats and shanty towns because they are very similar. All right, and squats, what does it mean? Okay, squat means illegal housing. Uh, that means you don't have the house, but you live there. All right, then okay, maybe some people will do this, and finally they own the house. I don't know. Uh, incredible things happen every day, right? When they just arrived at the city, they lived in the inn. Okay, there's sorry, preposition in here. Okay, imagine there is an inn here. Okay, shabby squats. All right, and then the next one is shanty town. All right, which means large areas of illegal housing. I will show you the example later. All right, and then but before that, I think we have to take a short break and see you very soon.